Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie, and back during my breakdown of the Korra Book 3 teaser, I asked you guys to submit all of your questions, so I picked 10 of them, with one bonus question to answer in this video. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the Nickelodeon upfronts that are coming on March 13th, because that might be when we get our first official look at Book 3. If you are finding me for the first time and you're a big anime fan or just a Korra fan in general, be sure to subscribe to get all my stuff. I try to do anime stuff at least once a week and regular Korra videos, especially when it's in season. So first things first, let's talk about the upfronts. It's just when Nickelodeon screens stuff from all of its upcoming shows for advertisers so that they buy advertising time. During that, it's widely rumored that they're going to screen new footage from Korra Book 3 and reveal the official premiere date. If you've seen any of my other Book 3 videos, you know I'm expecting it to premiere either late this spring, like as soon as April, or at the latest, the beginning of summer, like in May. They're almost done animating Book 3, and usually that's the cue that the premiere is really close. Trailers for new seasons of Korra typically come a month or two before the season premieres, so you can bet if we do see an official trailer in the next month, then the official premiere of the series is really close. Now, let's answer some of your questions. Number 1, KJ Bukane asks, do you think there will be any major character deaths in the upcoming season? Yes, sad face. I think it's kind of implied that Katara might die. They brought together the Children of Aang, and I don't think it's just because they look cool together. They spent all of Book 2 healing their relationship and dealing with their issues. The next logical step, now that they're so unified, would be to introduce a major tragedy that they could all deal with together. And what could be more tragic for their family than their mother dying? To be fair though, if she does end up dying, she did live a very fulfilling life with Aang and her family. Look at all of her children all grown up now. Question number 2, Soraya Mulchin asks, since they'll be in the Fire Nation at one point, I want to know if we'll be seeing Zuko. So the person that was sitting on top of the dragon that the White Lotus person was talking to in the teaser definitely looks like a very, face scar Zuko person. I think it's safe to predict that he'll play a role. Hopefully he will be helping Team Korra, but we really need an official trailer with more scenes to be sure. But yes, I do think we're gonna see him. Question number 3, Tommy Shen asks, either the White Lotus are helping Korra or they're a corrupt faction. Yes, I think it's safe to say that the White Lotus is still, a very good group. They're not evil, but whoever the ones Korra was fighting with in the trailer, they're probably just a faction or people impersonating White Lotus members. Someone also made the suggestion in the comments, sorry, I can't remember who, that it could be the villain in the next book just planting evil agents inside of the White Lotus. Question number 4, Holiday Flower Girl asks, so if the Fire Nation is going to be in Book 3, is there a possibility that we might actually see Zuko's daughter, the Fire Lord? I will be so disappointed if we don't see her. We still don't even know her name, which is one of the things I love about authors like, say, George R.R. Martin and J.R.R. Tolkien. They have massive appendices at the ends of their books with every person's name going back several generations, even if they don't appear in the book. Considering all that, yes, I definitely think we'll finally meet her. I think the real thing to consider is does she take after her father, her mother, who is probably May, or her Aunt Azula? Zuko probably would not have let her become the next Fire Lord if she was crazy like Azula though. Question number 5, Izzy Gagan asks, is Korra going to ride dragons this season? So if Zuko and Aang got to ride Roku's dragon, Fang, then yes, definitely I think Korra's gonna get to ride a dragon. Fingers crossed, hopefully Zuko's dragon. Even if that person in the trailer is not Zuko, I still think she'll get to ride one at some point. There will be several fantasy characters riding dragons this season, and it is going to be awesome. Question number 6, Wing0101 asks, since they're including scenes from the Fire Nation next season, do you think that they'll tease us with a brief appearance from Azula? So, Zuko and his daughter are on high alert watch, so that means they'll probably be there. I'd say that Azula, who will always be linked with Zuko, like Mako and Bolin, will probably also make a brief appearance. It really depends on what they're doing in the Fire Nation. If they only travel there briefly, then the chances are really slim. But if more of the story revolves around the Fire Nation as a geographical location, then there is a much better chance that we'll see her. But because the story is rumored to revolve mostly around the Earth Kingdom, they're going to be spending most of their time there. Question number 7, The Majestic Cousins asks, do you think that there will be another Avatar series after Korra? So Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino typically take between 18 months and 2 years to write and develop and produce a new season of Korra. They said that they really want to take a break after Book 4 airs because they've been working so hard. So if they want to do another series and Nickelodeon wants to pay for it, yes to new Avatar. But there would be a long time between Korra Book 4 and Book 1 of whatever the new series was, assuming they don't start writing it immediately after Book 4. I would plan on the comic book filling in that time when there's no new Avatar on television. It's a lot easier to produce than a whole season of television. Question number 8, Drenskiel asks, what happened to Vatu, and is he supposed to return? So based on Rava and Vatu's cycle of death and rebirth, he'll slowly grow out of Rava over the next 10,000 years. Big asterisk though. I don't think he's supposed to come back before the end of book 4, but theoretically, someone could do the same thing Jinora did during the finale and bring him back sooner. Remember, she helped Korra extract Rava from Vatu before she grew powerful enough by herself to just escape. They don't really have gender, but she's voiced by a woman, so I choose to use that pronoun. We can talk more about the mechanics of Rava and Vatu kind of extracting each other from each other in the comments though. Question number 9. Will we get more Toph in book 3? Yes, but mostly in flashbacks. Although it's widely debated, and on the show they haven't explicitly said Toph is dead, the other characters exclusively refer to her in the past tense, and Katara has said that many of my friends are gone. Zuko, of course, we know is still alive. So generally, I think that they're trying to imply that she is dead. But yes, whole lot of Beifong backstory coming in book 3, which paves the way for Toph with baby Beifong flashbacks, so get excited about that. Question number 10, Caitlin Lee asks, is Asami going to be featured heavily in book 3? Yes, she and Korra aren't going to be frenemies anymore. They're actually going to be super buddies. I'm sure Tumblr will create the most epic of ships based on their scenes. Like I've said, there will be much less teen romance, love triangle, whatnot, meaning it will be a lot easier for Korra and Asami to be friends. So they will have a lot of really fun scenes together. And one last bonus question. Fantastic asks, since the Avatar connection is broken between Korra and the past Avatars, will Aang still be able to make a cameo? Yes, but like Toph, probably only in flashbacks. The children of Aang are all there, so they'll also probably invoke a lot of Aang moments themselves in addition to Korra. So thank you so much for submitting your questions, guys. This is a lot of fun, as always. Hopefully there'll be some better Korra news in the next couple of weeks, especially with those upfronts coming. Be sure to leave suggestions in the comments for what you want my next Korra video to be about. Oscars are this weekend, and I was going to do this Fantasy League video series, but in real life work has been way too crazy, so I'm probably just going to do a winner's reaction / breakdown video, in addition to my Walking Dead and Hannibal episode 1 video. Right now, click here for more Korra Book 3 awesomeness, and click here to learn all about Grant Gustin's new Flash costume. Spoiler alert, it is super cool. Thank you so much for watching, I'll see you guys tomorrow, high fives.